Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are San Diego.
A difficult loss last night for the San Diego Padres. A former Padre, Nick Hundley, driving in not one but two runs as the Giants walk it off 6-5. A come-from-behind victory as they take game one of the series. A bitter pill for the Padres to swallow. We move on to game two of the series tonight from AT&T Park. Don Orsillo along with Manfred. Welcome to Padres baseball. Well, Franchy Cordero back in the lineup again tonight for the Padres. We know all about his power, but lately he's become selective.
I like to watch this kid progress at the big league level because he's going to face the best five of any rotation now that he's at the big league level. So now it's going back to last night, second at bat. It's about the patience of Franchy. How do pitchers get him out? Here he's 0-2, right? Try to fish for that fastball up. No, he's going to lay off. Down and in the breaking ball, he can smell it right out of the hand, and then he connects the ball. He makes a mistake, the pitcher, Samardzija, he crushes it. Here's the next at-bat. Showing bunt, that's fine. He's got some speed. He fights this one off. His fifth at-bat. The whole thing here is laying off that high pitch. Franchy's gotten to the point now to where he's working with Matt Stairs, and through time at the big league level, he gets to know these pitchers. He knows his strengths. And here's one other little nugget I'd like to share. If he becomes more patient at the plate and he attacks the ball within the zone, pitchers are going to be tentative to throw him strikes. So the on-base percentage is going to go up, the walks are going to go up, and he's going to hit the ball a long way, which we've witnessed already early this year.
You can make an argument that so far this year the best starter for the Padres has been Tyson Ross. Tonight he gets the ball, and last time out against the Giants, very good.
You know, I think the thing about Tyson is that you know what you're going to get pretty much every time he goes out there. He's going to battle. He goes after these hitters. He tries to get ahead, and the key is getting ahead. He can get ahead with the fastball or the breaking ball. 16 of 27 first pitch strikes. I'll take that. April 13th against the Giants. No earned runs and only one walk. So that's the key. 2-0 slider, first pitch slider, taking the sting out of the bats, and if the hitters are way out in front, these guys are going to be swinging and missing. Hopefully he gets early out so he can go deep into the ball game for the Padres tonight.
Padres trying to bounce back tonight in game two. When we come back, joining you from the studio will be Mike Pomerantz and Tony Gwynn Jr. He'll weigh in on what a great at-bat last night was for Buster Posey in the ninth inning. It's all part of their victory. Back after this.
baseline. Long throw for Christian Villanueva. No problem, Eric Hosmer. I got you, buddy. This is not an easy pick. About 8 feet in front of him. He keeps the glove out in front. Snares it perfectly to put an end to the rally. Eric Hosmer has been showing the glove work all season long. It doesn't matter whether it's a short hop, a long hop. He's been outstanding at the first base bag with the footwork and the glove work. Those big plays have made the difference in some ball games. Here's what Eric himself had to say about scooping and digging those balls out of the dirt.
I mean, ultimately, we're trying to win games. So, you know, if those plays happen in key situations, you know, we're going to be fired up, and guys are, you know, doing what they can to win out there. And, you know, plays like that, just they bring a lot of momentum and fire up the team.
You should be getting some steak dinners for all those saves, shouldn't you? Saving errors, saving earned runs?
Well, those guys are saving me just as much. You know, Freddie had a good save on a bump play the other day, but, you know, that's winning baseball. You know, that's what we're trying to get to, and you know, plays like that, big moments like that, you know, in key situations, they bring a lot of momentum to a team. So, you know, that's what we're trying to build off of.
There is no telling how many errors, how many runs, how many pitches he's saved, but Eric Hosmer continues to try to get the job done. Meanwhile, the Padres look to bounce back in the Bay. Tyson Ross looking for win number 3. He'll go up against Andrew Suarez. Padres Giants coming up next, right here on Fox Sports San Diego.
The third time tonight, Villanueva's hit it out of the yard. How about that? Clayton Richard takes it out of the yard. Matt Hedges back to make the spectacular catch. He'll turn it into a double play. That ball is back, and it is gone. Franchi Cordero into the forest. A 2-run shot for Franchi Cordero that gives the Padres the lead. Well, the calendar has turned to May, and some of the highlights from April, and there were some for the Padres. Tonight they're hoping to turn things around here in May, make it even better. It's time now for the weather report, brought to you by your always sunny Honda dealers of San Diego County. 56 degrees, breeze westerly at 19 miles per hour, and partly cloudy. The forecast for the remainder of the night. Don Orsillo, Mark Grant, and Bob Scanlon with you from AT&T Park in San Francisco. Once that sun goes down, the breeze picks up, and it's always gets on the chilly side here as we take a look at Andy Green's starting lineup tonight. Brought to you by your San Diego County Toyota dealers. Leading it off is Manuel Margot with Eric Hosmer at first base. Christian Villanueva is at third with Jose Perella at second. Franchi Cordero in left field. Freddie Galvis at shortstop. Rafi Lopez called up today from El Paso with Austin Hedges hitting on the disabled list. Travis Jankowski's in right. Tyson Ross, the pitcher, bats out of the 9th spot for the Padres.
And on the hill for San Francisco, 25-year-old making his second major league start, Andrew Suarez, 4th year as a pro, a homegrown Giant, second major league start, and 4-pitch mix. Nothing really wow factor right here for Suarez. He's in the low 90s. He, like Eric Lauer last night, has to rely on command.
First pitch of the ball game in there for strike one, and we're underway. And well, Margot leading it off here for the Padres tonight. 192 of the home run, 7 runs batted in. Well, Margot, who's been back and forth between hitting down in the order and leading off tonight, leading off. Left-hander out there.
Looks like a very quick delivery from Suarez. Short, compact, good arm swing. He goes from the first base side of that pitcher's plate to get that angle down and away to the righties, and a little bit of an angle down and in to the righties. See that pivot foot? When he pivots, half that foot is going to be on the dirt and half is going to be on the pitcher's plate.
Now Suarez, first time out against Arizona, went 5 1/3, giving up 4 hits and 4 runs. Didn't walk anybody and struck out 7 Diamondbacks along the way. Getting his second start of the year and called back up today. Foul back and out of play. In the same move, Johnny Cueto goes on the DL with some inflammation in his elbow, so that is concerning for the Giants. More injuries, and Cueto back on the DL again.
Leader of Major League Baseball with an ERA under 1. He's been throwing the ball tremendously well.
Margot turns on this and hits it to deep left center field. Slater back there, so is Blanco, and it's Gregor Blanco backpedaling onto the dirt of the track to make the catch.
Take a look at the other principles of the defense behind the Suarez tonight in San Francisco, and their defense is brought to you by San Diego Cadillac dealers. Left, right, Austin Slater, Gregor Blanco in center, Andrew McCutchen in right. On the infield, Evan Longoria, Brandon Crawford, Alan Hansen at second base, Brandon Belt at first, and Buster Posey behind the plate for the Giants.
One down here in the first inning, and it brings up Eric Hosmer. Hosmer got jammed and pops it up around the mound. From third comes Longoria, and he'll take care of out number 2.
Well, the one thing I'm going to look for tonight, Suarez, he did it to Margot, but in and out with the fastball. He really got in the kitchen there.
Now 2 down brings up Christian Villanueva batting in the 3 spot tonight. Villanueva 321, 8 homers and 19 runs batted in. His 24th game of the year, and he hits one in the air to deep left field. Back goes Austin Slater at the wall. He leaps, and that ball is gone. Home run for Christian Villanueva, and the Padres jump out to a 1-0 lead. Home run number 9 of the year for Villanueva.
Christian Villanueva turning on the 1-0 fastball out of the hand of Suarez. He's got to command that pitch. Just mentioned it, for him to be effective. And Villanueva continues to swing the hot bat. He wants it down and away. That ball leaks middle in, and oh, cuidado. That's big, getting on the board first in the first inning.
Suarez had retired the first 2 he faced for the home run, and now dealing with Jose Perella. Straightens him up with a pitch inside. 93 from Suarez. Well, Perella coming in, hitting at 260 on the year. No homers and 10 runs batted in. And tonight in the cleanup spot, and seeing most of his time now at second base.
I'd like to see tonight Jose rifle one to the opposite field for extra bases. There's a sweeping breaking ball down and in.
0 for 3 in last night's game to begin the series. So he played 5 career games here at AT&T Park. Sits safely in 3 of the 5. Lifts one in the air to shallow right. In comes McCutchen. He'll get there to make the catch that ends the inning. Well, the Padres strike first on a home run by Christian Villanueva. San Diego on top 1-0 thanks to Villanueva's 9th home run of the year. By Cadillac. Visit your San Diego Cadillac dealers today. By Petco, the pet company. And by Sycuan Casino, open in 2019 is Sycuan's brand new 300-room resort and hotel. Now the Padres off to the fast start on top 1-0 thanks to the home run by Christian Villanueva. On to the bottom of the first inning. And Gregor Blanco leading it off here for the Giants as he takes strike 1. Tyson Ross on the hill tonight for the Padres, making his 6th start of the year. Blanco coming in hitting at .321. No homers and a run batted in. And Blanco came off the bench last night to come into the game. Starts tonight. Has to jump back out of the way of a pitch down and in at 90.
Well, that's one thing that Tyson Ross really needs to hone in quickly in this game. I mean, you look at the pitch, you look at where the glove was from Rafi Lopez. That's missing big time. Sometimes Tyson can kind of yank those pitches, maybe a little bit too quick out front, maybe not quick enough. Maybe the stride. But the biggest compliment is coming right back with another strike. That was a nice slider on the outside corner. Sometimes the front side can fly open a little bit too soon and messes up your release point.
Swing and a miss. And they will have to throw him out or tag him out, and Lopez tags him out. So Blanco strikes out to begin things here in the bottom of the first inning. And check out Bruce Bochy's starting 9 tonight. Just saw Gregor Blanco. He's in center field with Andrew McCutchen in right. Buster Posey doing the catching with Brandon Belt at first base. Evan Longoria at third base with Brandon Crawford back at shortstop. Austin Slater in left field with Alan Hansen at second. And Andrew Suarez bats out of the 9 spot for the Giants. One down here in the bottom of the first inning, and it brings up Andrew McCutchen. Off to a 2-12 start with his new team. 3 home runs, 12 runs batted in for McCutchen. Tyson Ross looking for his 3rd win of the year. Coming in individually at 2-2. ERA of 3.64 for Tyson. Of course, flirted with a no-hitter in Arizona against a good Diamondbacks lineup. Mentioned the good numbers against the Giants in his first start against San Francisco. 6 innings, 1 run. It was unearned. 2-2.
You know, sometimes Tyson will naturally just cut the baseball out in front a little bit. It'll create that cut action. He throws the four-seam fastball and the cut fastball.
Fly ball drilled down towards deep right center field. Margot going back at the wall, against the wall, able to make the catch out there in center field and hold on to the baseball. Manuel Margot at the grab in center. Yeah, he hit that wall pretty hard, but able to hold on to the baseball.
Remember, there was a play last night where Manuel went back, couldn't come up with the catch. That's great concentration. That's going up against that padded wall. Sure, there's pads, but you know what, though? He goes in hard. Manuel Margot telling everybody, you need me on that wall. You want me on that wall. And he pulls it in for the catch.
Two down here in the first, and it brings up Buster Posey. In there for strike one. Two down, base is empty. Pitch in there for a strike. Takes it the other way down the right field line and foul.
Let's take a look at the defense behind Tyson Ross tonight. Well, behind the plate, Rafi Lopez. First start since 2017 with the Blue Jays. On the infield, Eric Hosmer, Jose Perella at shortstop, Freddie Galvis, Villanueva at third, outfield left to right, Cordero, Margot, Jankowski.
Had a great spring training. He was fun to be around and fun to watch. The Padres did not carry three catchers when the regular season started, but with Hedges going on the DL, give Rafi Lopez a chance to move up from AAA El Paso, and here he is going to share time with A.J. Ellis. Apparently kind of a platoon situation in the absence of Austin Hedges.
And Rafi is going with the neon stickers on the fingernails. Easier to see the signs given with the gray pants in the shadow behind home plate.
2-2. In the dirt for ball three. Look back at that ninth inning last night for the Giants and the very lengthy at bat for Buster Posey. Always a tough out. A big part of the come from behind walk-off win last night for the Giants. Payoff pitch and almost hit him. Straightened him up for ball four. A two-out walk for Buster Posey.
A little bit closer look to the 31-year-old Tyson Ross making his sixth start. Fastball will cut at times. He'll get it out there, get off the barrel, the righties and lefties alike, and he'll throw the slider anytime. Hitters counts. You cannot sit on the fastball. He'll throw the wrinkle up there.
So two down, Posey at first and Brandon Belt the batter. Cleanup hitter for the Giants. And he went around for strike one. 302 average for Belt. 6 homers and 14 runs batted in for the everyday first baseman for the Giants. Sits safely in 12 of his last 15 games. Leads the team in batting average. And down the count here, 0-2. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
All right, repeat Ross. Hopefully Tyson can go out there and repeat what he did against the Giants. We talked about that. He got the win. He went 6 solid innings and score, then add more, because last night the Padres left 10 runners on base. They had plenty of opportunities to get more runs across. That didn't happen. It was frustrating.
Posey the lead at first. 1-2 pitch. And that'll get away. Kicks off Lopez. And into scoring position goes Buster Posey on a wild pitch.
Well, it looked like a breaking ball. See if Rafi got in a position to try to best smother that ball. There's the rotation. He did all he could. Sometimes you can't control how that ball is going to bounce. You know, that breaking ball, the ball will check back up the other way because of the rotation.
Rozier, the walking lead off second base in scoring position here with 2 down. Full count now. Had been ahead 0-2, but it's 3-2 now. 21 first inning pitches here for Tyson Ross. Trying to protect a 1-0 lead. Look at the breakdown for him in the first 21 pitches. Belt fouls it off and stays alive.
You saw the breakdown, balls and strikes, right? And I've said this many times. I think the ball strike ratio is overrated. Why? Because it takes one pitch to get yourself out of a jam. I've seen guys go 50-50 balls and strikes and throw a gem. I've seen guys throw many more strikes than balls, and guess what? Strikes are still right over the heart of the plate to get rattled into the gap for runs.
That's ball 4, and down first base goes Belt. Back-to-back walks. Robbed by Tyson Ross. Again, he had been ahead 0-2. So Ross off the backside of the hill in the midst of a meeting with himself. Climbs back up on top here, and Freddie Galvis switching gloves out here. Apparently something wrong with that one, so hands it off to Johnny Washington, and it's a new glove. Out to shortstop he goes. 2 on, 2 down, and it brings up Evan Longoria. 255, 6 homers, 16 runs batted in for the former Tampa Bay Ray. And he takes strike 1.
There's that first pitch breaking ball with that runner in scoring position. Longoria is looking for something to drive. Tyson knows that. He counters with the slider.
Longoria, 32 years old, played 156 games last year in Tampa. Likes to play every day, so much so that since 2012 he has led the majors in games played, 798 the last 5 seasons. Home runs last year's 5th straight season with at least 20. Sprays it down the right field line, falling fast and falling foul.
Give me those numbers again. How many games within the last 5 seasons?
798 played over the last 5 seasons.
It's 159.5 games.
Yep.
That's impressive.
Everyday guy, third baseman for the Rays.
Everyday Evan.
One-two pitch coming again. And it's grounded towards third base. Villanueva will go to second for the force out there. That ends the inning. So Ross works his way around 2 walks. Also gets some help from his friends. Manuel Margot at the wall to make the grab. 1-0 Padres.
This is because of the roster move that the Padres made today. Austin Hedges going on the disabled list with tendonitis in that right elbow. He will go back to San Diego tomorrow to get looked at by the doctors. At that time, they will determine whether or not they need to take images. The guess is that they probably will, but the hope is that it's just tendonitis. As for Rafi Lopez, well, he's been swinging the bat pretty well in AAA, guys, hitting 300. He has 7 home runs, including home runs in each of his last 4 games. Hopefully he can keep that momentum going when he gets here.
All right, Scan, thanks very much. Here's an opposite field base hit, kind of dunked in there by Frenchie Cordero. Leading off the second inning against Andrew Suarez. Second Padres hit of the day.
Let's see where he wants it. Lefty on lefty. It's a breaking ball off the end of the bat, taking it the other way. And you know, being strong like that off the end of the bat, I think that helps. You can muscle the ball between the infielders and the outfield regularly and get big league hits that way.
Lead runner on for the Padres here in the second inning brings up Freddie Galvis. That's out of the 6th spot tonight for San Diego. And jumping on that first pitch, been pretty aggressive here against Suarez. .248, a home run, 9 runs batted in for Freddie. Galvis riding a 4-game hitting streak, 6 for his last 17. 353 during the 4-gamer. Not chasing that, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Let's hitting here at AT&T Park, and of course most of that has taken place as a member of the Philadelphia Phillies in the past. Career .298 hitter here at AT&T Park. Swings at the 1-2 and grounds into second base. Hanson to second for 1. On to first for 2. Nicely turned there. Brandon Crawford around the bag at second. 4-6-3 and the Twin killing 2 down.
Brandon Crawford is so good around the bag. Good pivot. Watch the throw right at the chest. The kick of the bag like a ballet. Perfect timing all the way around for Crawford.
Now 2 down here in the second inning brings up Rafi Lopez. Lopez just rejoining the Padres. Saw a lot of them during the spring. 307 homers, 15 RBIs. His start at AAA. Called for the first time this year. Was option to El Paso right at the end of spring training, March of 28. High strike call, and that will end the inning. First strikeout for Suarez. Inning and a half done, 1-0 San Diego. Trivia question.
Trivia is so awesome.
Question tonight is, what is the Padres record for walk-off wins in a season? Tweet us your answers by the end of the inning using hashtag Valley View Trivia. Well, second inning, Brandon Crawford leading it off here for the Giants. Always good defensively, off to a slow start. Offensively, though, 189 average coming in for the Giants shortstop. Last night came in defensively, but didn't start the game. Back in there tonight. 2 homers, 3 runs batted in. Crawford, Slater, and Hanson. 6, 7, and 8. The trio here in the inning. Fly ball foul off to the left out of play. Oh, look at his career average matched up against this season. Now base percentage and the at-bats for RBIs.
I think that's going to change.
Swing and a miss here, and Tyson Ross strikes him out. Second K for Ross. 1 down here in the second inning.
Over the course of games that Brandon Crawford plays in, those numbers will continue to creep up.
That was a good slider from Ross.
Oh, off the table, the old trap door, in great location as well. Not much you can do with that one. But the one thing that will never slump for Crawford is that glove of his, right?
Well, Austin Slater starting in left field tonight for the Giants. 2 for 7 so far in his first 4 games up here with the Giants. Padres playing for him to go the other way. Manuel Margot over towards right center field. Somewhat of a gap out there in left center. Ross could use a quick inning here. Had to throw 27 pitches in the first inning.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of a hangover effect after that 127 pitch game against the Diamondbacks where he was flirting with the no-hitter. Then he went 94 pitches against the Rockies, only 4 innings.
Grounded by the mound, but to the backhand of Perella. 2 down in the inning.
It's a whole new ball game, not a who know. It's a whole new ball game with RBI Baseball 18. RBI Baseball 18 delivers an all new franchise mode and much more. RBI Baseball 18 is available now. Learn more at RBIGame.com. Rated E for everyone. It's a who knew ball game? Is that what I said first?
I think so, yeah.
I meant whole new ball game.
2 down here in the second. Alan Hansen. Hansen getting another start at second base for the Giants tonight. Was there last night. Joe Panic on the DL, having thumb surgery. So Hansen getting a chance to play every day. Called up from AAA Sacramento.
Wow. It's got some bite to it tonight. That means he's getting on top of it, spinning it nicely. Release point out in front. That's why that happens.
1-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss. Good inning for Tyson Ross. Strikes out a couple in the inning. 3 Ks altogether for Tyson Ross. Able to get Crawford to begin the inning and Hanson to end the inning. 1-0 Padres. the third inning. But first, it's time now to answer our Valley View Casino trivia question. What is the Padres record for walk-off wins in a season? Was the question tonight, and our answer is 15. 1986, Bruce Bochy led the club with 3 walk-off hits.
I've got a great story about one of those walk-off hits for Big Bo. Walks it off, celebration on the field, right? Walk back into the clubhouse. I believe it was Greg Nettles who took his batting helmet and put a 6-pack of beer in it on ice and put that. That's a pretty big helmet. And set it in front of his locker.
Jankowski flips this one back at third, and it falls foul.
A 6-pack in the helmet.
So what are you saying? He's got a big head?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he's got a pretty big helmet.
Jankowski, Ross, and Margot to bat here in the third inning. Travis getting the start in right field tonight. Christian Villanueva, his 9th home run. Swing and a miss for Jankowski. Suarez struck out Lopez down the second. He opens the third by striking out Jankowski.
See Travis trying to choke up there, just put the ball in play, and that's, you know, that's got some good tilt to it, that fastball right there. Looked like a fastball. Downward angle, outer half.
So 1 out for Tyson Ross. Tyson 1 for 9 at the plate so far this year for the Padres. Does have an RBI in the season. 9th season in the big leagues for him. 196 hitter. And Tardy on the fastball. Well, that Villanueva home run in the first inning ties it with the league leaders for home runs in the National League. 0-2 pitch down low. Did he go? No, he did not, says Chris Guccione, first base umpire. Play for Ross to go the other way. Gregor Blanco, center fielder, over towards right center. Swing and a miss, and Ross strikes out. 3rd strikeout in a row for Andrew Suarez. 2 down in the inning.
Suarez seems to be one of those pitchers, like any pitcher, he's not going to overpower you. That, you know, if he gets that release point down, he gets those mechanics in order. I tell you what, you got those blinders on and you're just seeing the sign, you're seeing the glove, and you are hitting your mark.
On the ground, foul outside of third. 1-1. Andrew Suarez, drafted by the Giants in the 2nd round in 2015. Entered this year as the 10th best prospect in the Giants organization, according to MLB.com. It's out of the University of Miami. Been drafted before but didn't sign. Drafted by the Blue Jays in the 9th round out of high school, and the Nationals in the 2nd round, but did not sign. Popped up left side of the Giants infield. Brandon Crawford now backpedaling. Will make the catch and end the inning. Suarez has a 1-2-3 third. Padres have a 1-0 lead. third inning. He did an open from out there. Remember?
That was fun.
Trolley car.
I do remember that. Absolutely. Great views from this ballpark.
Andrew Suarez, the Giants pitcher, leading it off here in the bottom of the third inning. 0 for 2 this year. And that start was against the Diamondbacks. Took the loss. Tyson Ross wants a new baseball. Gets one from Hunter Whittlestead, home plate umpire tonight. 3 strikeouts through the first 2 innings for Tyson. He has walked 2.
Well, before this inning, per AJ Cassavell from MLB.com, who writes for the Padres, 6 whiffs on the slider. He's thrown 18 of them. 6 whiffs, 4 called strikes, 3 foul balls, and no balls in play on the slider prior to this inning.
That's ball 4, and Tyson Ross walks the opposing pitcher. Andrew Suarez to begin the inning. Last thing he wanted to do right there. So Suarez at first base to begin things in the inning, and back up top, second time through now. Gregor Blanco coming up. Blanco struck out swinging in the first inning. Line down the right field line and foul.
Here's one of the things as a pitcher you have to eliminate, and to be a successful pitcher like Tyson Ross, you just got done walking the pitcher. You can't let that stew. You got to let it go. Sure, a strikeout would be key here. But a ground ball to one of your middle infielders would be better to turn 2.
Blanco takes the strike. Fastball pounded in there. 0-2. Blanco has now made 13 starts. 9 of them in center, 3 in left. Hit a .313 in games that he started. Coming off the bench quite a bit and taking that pitch in the dirt. He's been a career .280 pinch hitter. Done a lot of pinch hitting for the Giants. Bats with 1 on and nobody out in the inning. And a swing and a miss on a pitch down and in, and he strikes out. Ross needed that. Picks up his 4th strikeout of the night. 1 down.
When Tyson Ross throws that slider in that certain area, we're going to see it right here. It's really tough. We've seen giant hitters, the left-handers, go after that. There is absolutely nothing you can do with that pitch. Maybe foul it off. If you make contact, it's not going to stay in fair territory. Good luck on that pitch.
Second time tonight Blanco's been down by way of the K. There's Andrew McCutchen. McCutchen flying out to center field first time up. 4 for 17. 5 games against the San Diego Padres. Next pitch will be the 50th of the night for Tyson Ross. 2 1/3 deep into his outing.
He needs a double play here to conserve a few pitches. McCutchen has grounded into 3 double plays this year. The leader in that category is currently on the DL. That's Joe Panik with 4.
Framed there by Lopez, but a ball. 2-1. He threw 27 first inning pitches. 12 in the second. And working here to his third hitter in the third inning. Well, here's our Arco top tier play. McCutcheon hit one deep and far to center field, and Manuel Margot able to make the catch about at the same time that he reached the wall. Somehow held on to the baseball. Did fall down, but kept it in the glove, and a great catch out there by Manny Margot. Now a liner caught by Galvis. He took a look towards first, but no throw. McCutcheon lines out to Galvis. 2 down in the inning.
That's a hang with him. Happens a lot. Off the bat, as a pitcher, like, oh no, really? Well, then you look up quickly, and this screamer is right to the glove of Galvis. And as runners are taught, freeze on the liner, freeze on the line drive. You don't want to get doubled up.
2 down here in the third inning, and Buster Posey the batter. Soft liner right field. Jankowski coming in, won't get there. Hitting to third base is Suarez on a single to right field for Posey. Jankowski was deep, going blooped out to right, ends up trapping it, knocking it down, and it's runners at the corners with 2 down.
Buster Posey going the opposite way last night in the first inning. He doubled down the line, and this one he catches it out in front. And just too shallow for Travis Jankowski, and thank goodness he keeps this ball in front of him. 2 outs, crack of the bat. The Giants pitcher Suarez ends up at third base. That ball gets by him. That's obviously a run.
Tying run 90 feet away now. 2 outs in the inning, and Brandon Belt, cleanup hitter, will take ball 1. Belt walked in the first inning. One of 3 walks handed out by Tyson Ross tonight. Rafi Lopez in front of the plate here, reeling off the signs for the infielders. Case of a double steal scenario. Center fielder Margot over towards left center, and well off the line and right is Jankowski. And Belt grounds one to short. Freddie Galvis going to first base, and he'll get there in time. Out of the jam is Ross. 1-0 Padres.
you know, obviously a big part of the fan base is out there in Mexico, so it's nice that you know, for all these years they watch on TV that you know, we get to show up to their neck of the woods and get to play in front of them. And you know, I know they've been working real hard on getting the stadium ready. I know there's been a lot of renovations that happened in the off season, so they've been doing their part and getting ready for us to come. So you know, we're ready to come do our part and put on a good show for them.
Eric Hosmer talking about the Padres going down to play baseball in Monterrey, Mexico. And as he mentioned, they've put a lot of work into the stadium. The stadium's ready, and the players are ready. They're excited about going down there, and they're excited about spreading the baseball goodwill internationally. You know, I was amazed at how many players said they remember their first major league game and how much it inspired them to pursue their dreams of being big leaguers. Maybe these Padres can do the same for some youngsters in Monterrey. Guys, back over to you.
Should be fun, Scan. Thanks very much. Looking forward to it this weekend. Hopefully the weather cooperates.
Yes.
Won't we understand?
I'm really looking forward to going.
Eric Hosmer leading it off here in the 4th inning. Hosmer popped out to the third baseman Evan Longoria in the 1st inning. 0 for 1. In there for a strike, 3-1. 3 strikeouts so far for Andrew Suarez. Hasn't walked anybody. And a fly ball headed out towards deep right field. McCutchen on the run, headed back, going to be over his head. And back into a triangle at 421. So Hosmer will motor towards third base, and he'll get there with a triple. Head first slide into the bag at third. A triple to open up the 4th inning. Out to the deepest part of the yard here at 421 out to right center.
First of all, this ball of the bat sounded really, really good. Now Hosmer, you know, hitters will look at the position player as well and see their read, and if they've got a bead on it, as soon as that ball dumps in back of the outfielder, Hosmer is off and running. Thinking 3. It was a great effort by Andrew McCutchen. You know, a lot of people would say, boy, you hit a ball that far, you should be credited with a home run. Well, not here in San Francisco.
And McCutchen did a very good job trying to get there. Ian Weber with a chance to drive in another run here. Homered in the 1st inning.
I'd like to see some good controlled swings at this point to try to get him home. A fly ball would do just fine. A little game of pepper with the center fielder would be nice.
Strikes out on a pitch up. That's a 4th strikeout for Suarez, and that's out number 1 of the 4th inning. Well, the Padres hit 2 home runs in a single game. Tweet at Fox Sports SD using the hashtag #HIT2GET2 for your chance to win 4 new hand-cooked tires, brought to you by Evans Tire and Service Centers. So 1 out, Hosmer at third base, and it brings up Jose Perella. Perella flying out to right field in the 1st inning, 0 for 1. Fouls it down the right field line on play. Infield playing about halfway, not all the way in on Perella. Hosmer not the greatest speed in the world, so you don't need to be at the lip of the grass.
Fastball up.
That's what he was able to get Villanueva on. It's 4 strikeouts so far in 3 1/3 innings.
If I'm Suarez, I think I'm doubling up on that pitch.
Two balls, 2 strikes to Perella, fly to right field, and Andrew McCutchen back in the 1st inning, 0 for 1, and Now Suarez about to throw his 50th pitch of his outing. Richie Cordero waiting on deck. Padres batting here in the 4th. Ball 3.
First base open, probably see a breaking ball here.
On the ground and diving at second is Hansen. He'll get up and throw to first for the out. But a run scores as Hosmer comes in the back door from third base. And the Padres take a 2-0 lead. So Perella picks up an RBI on the ground out right side.
That's the swing you like to see there. Fewer than 2 outs. Infield is in. He fights this one off. And because the infielder Hansen has to dive, Hosmer scores easily rather than a ball hit right to him. Nice job, Jose Perella.
Now 2 down here in the 4th inning. Bases now empty. And Franchi Cordero, 1-for-1 single to center field. First time up in the 2nd inning. Fouled off, and that thumb guard came flying off again for Franchi. So he's going to run it down and behind home plate.
I've never seen that go that far.
Oh yeah, he flipped it down the first base line last night. And that is in there for strike 3. Gets him looking. 5 Ks for Suarez. Another run for the Padres. They take a 2-0 lead.
That clubhouse. Both of them were the faces of the franchise, and you know, they're 2 guys that can carry a ball club. I think they have stretched out our lineup. They've made us better defensively, and they've kept that clubhouse looser. Just a sense of confidence went over the club when we acquired these 2 guys.
Bruce Bochy talking about the impact of those 2 key players, and we mentioned earlier the faces of those organizations they came from. You know, the Giants could have went the other way. They could have torn things down, right? Start with younger players. They feel these 2 players are going to help the younger players that are called up, and right now their top minor league guys are trying to produce here at the big league level. Not much in the minor leagues for the Giants right now.
And Travis Jankowski will take care of out number 1. Evan Longoria retired. 1 down. Yeah, it really was the thought process. We blow it up and start over again, or do we add some key pieces? And they got 2 very good veterans, guys with Great track records and good players, and trying to do this again. 3 times in 5 years. 10, 12, and 14 for the Giants.
That's an incredible run.
Brandon Crawford now bats with 1 out in the 4th inning. And where'd that get him? On the bat, I guess.
Those are the type of foul balls that really tick a hitter off.
Just trying to get out of the way.
Yeah. Just off the handle, above the hands on the check.
Struck out swinging in the 2nd. And it's quickly down here, 0-2.
See, when you're not putting up good numbers like Brandon Crawford right now, that last pitch, those are the ones you miss. I mean, that was right down the middle with a little spinner that he fouled back to the screen.
Anyone else? Anyone else? Last call. Last call.
Pitch 60 for Tyson Ross is down in the dirt. This cotton candy guy that keeps walking in front of the booth.
I'm about ready to grab one.
I know. I'm very concerned that's going to happen. I don't think he realizes it. Jammed and flips it out towards short. Galvis on the run with a throw in time. One shortstop throwing out another shortstop as Galvis comes on to make a nice play on Brandon Crawford. 2 down.
Freddie is fun to watch. He's jammed over the head of Ross, and now the second hop, right? The short hop on the throw with accuracy over to the Gold Glover. It's not an easy play, but they practice those day in, day out. And yes, hard holding back the smiles. Freddie Galvis loves and has fun playing the position of shortstop.
Austin Slater batting here for the 2nd time. Grounded out to second base in the 2nd inning.
A shortstop that I was fortunate enough to play with in Seattle for 1 year was Omar Vizquel, who always had a smile on his face. Talk about a guy who just loved to play the game and had fun doing it. Same type guy in Freddie Galvis.
There's
There he
the
is.
cotton candy guy.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you realize it or not. It's going to be short cotton candy. They walk around with them on sticks over their heads, and it's right in front of your face. Yeah. 1-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss on a pitch down and away. 5th strikeout for Tyson Ross. Enjoys a 1-2-3 inning and a 2-0 lead. Welcome you back to San Francisco AT&T Park, where the Padres have a 2-0 advantage. Time now for our San Diego fans of the game. Padres making their first visit of the year here to San Francisco.
How nice.
With the new jersey, throwback jersey.
Yeah.
Everything covered there. As Freddie Galvis leads it off here in the inning. Freddie bounced into a 4-6-3 double play in the second inning. Getting his second look at Andrew Suarez.
We have some Friar faithful right below us who wanted a picture of Donnie before the game. Remember? They were calling up here for you.
There's some nice folks.
Yeah.
And good seats, too. The sun goes down here and it really cools off at the ballpark. Would you say it's colder here or at Candlestick?
I would say Candlestick
wind?
Because of the wind too.
Yeah.
And the reason why Candlestick was enclosed, it was a bowl, right? So that wind would start whipping around.
Swirling wind.
Here at least it's open in the outfield. And it looks like blown straight out.
A leadoff walk for Freddie Galvis. Just the first free pass served up by Andrew Suarez. So the Padres can take advantage of a leadoff walk. Here's Rafi Lopez. The Padres like what they saw from Rafi Lopez during the spring, especially his bat. Most home runs this season. You got Jabari Blash. Rafi Lopez was 7. Blash got 9.
You know, that's a rough league to pitch in. You look at those cities, high elevations, ball jumps.
In the air to shallow left. Crawford out. In is Slater, and Crawford, the shortstop. Good distance out to short left field for the first out here in the 5th inning. So no advance for Galvis at first, and that'll bring up Travis Jankowski. Get you caught up. Game break coming up from Houston, where the Yankees and Astros American League battle going on tonight. Here's Travis Jankowski. Travis struck out swinging in the 3rd inning. One of 5 strikeouts for Suarez, who struck out 7 Diamondbacks in his first start earlier this year. And 5 1/3 innings against Arizona. Time call very late. Suarez holds onto the baseball.
I was always taught, even in from Little League on, to let it fly. Throw it to the backstop. Don't give away your pitch you want to throw, right? A quick, abrupt stop like that, you can get hurt.
Grounded to second base. Hansen to second for 1. On to first for 2. Even with Jankowski running, they're able to turn the double play halfway through. 2-0 San Diego. fifth inning. Tyson Ross 65 pitches deep into his outing. He's got a 2-0 advantage and going to be dealing with 8, 9, and 1 inside the Giants order. Alan Hansen, who struck out swinging first time up, tries to bunt at it and offers for strike one.
Don, this is where he needs a quick inning because of the order, as you just mentioned, 8, 9, 1. Flip that lineup over with no base runners, hopefully 2 outs, and facing Gregor Blanco.
On the ground, foul outside of first base, 0-2.
Well, prior to this inning, 29 sliders thrown by Tyson Ross, 10 swinging strikes, 5 called strikes, and only 2 put in play. The Posey single and the belt ground out to shortstop.
Through the right side into right field, a base hit. Hansen starts off the bottom of the 5th inning with a single to right. Just the second hit allowed tonight by Tyson Ross. This one opens up the bottom of the 5th inning. So lead runner on, and it brings up Andrew Suarez.
Oh,
taken off is the runner. The throw not in time.
You know, I didn't hear anybody say step off because he was nearly a third of the way, maybe more, to second base, and Tyson Ross was still in the stretch. Watch him go. He's at set. He's going, and
stopped.
Yeah. And you know, as a pitcher, you get so locked in, you're concentrating, and it's tough. You know, once you commit, lift that leg, there's nothing you can do.
So a stolen base for Hansen has him in scoring position with nobody out, and Ross taking a little extra time now as Suarez will be bunting to move him over. Padres will be crashing from the corners.
Yeah, you want to bunt it down that third base line. Have Villanueva come in and field that, so they don't have a chance to retreat back to third base for the tag play. You want Villanueva bunting here, this way.
Down and in, almost threw it away. Well, Tyson Ross with Northern California roots. Born in Berkeley, California, attended Bishop O'Dowd High School in Oakland. He was 12-1 with a 0.71 earned run average. And on to star at the University of California. All Pac-10 selection and won a Gold Glove as a sophomore. Drafted by the A's in the 2nd round of 08 before being acquired by the Padres. So on drop down foul.
You know, it was kind of neat when we were in Houston. I was in the clubhouse and Jeff Blum came down to the clubhouse. So Jeff and I are talking, and then walks by us is Tyson Ross. And Tyson doesn't say anything, but Jeff Blum goes, "Oh, there goes a Cal Bear," because Blummer went to Cal. I said, "Oh, well, hey, Tyson, come here, Jeff Blum." And he goes, "Oh, yeah, how you doing? Good to see you." It was just nice to see 2 Bears talking there about their alma mater. 2 good eggs.
Evens up here 2-2 to Suarez. You get the top of the order. Gregor Blanco waiting on deck. He's had a tough time with Ross tonight, striking out in the 1st and again in the 3rd. Full count now. Hansen single to begin the inning, stole second base. It's a walking lead off the bag at second. That is strike 3. Right over the outside corner, nicely done. 6th strikeout for Tyson Ross.
At Kia, get America's best value backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
Well, big strikeout there for Ross. Needed that. And with one out, top of the order, Gregor Blanco coming up with Hansen at second base. 75th pitch coming up. Lowest runners in scoring position average. Giants at 210. Peppering that corner now. Hit it twice in the batter's box, fouling it off, hangs it 0-2. McCutcheon waiting on deck. Giants batting here in the home half of the 5th with the Padres on top 2-0. Up and away. One slipped out of the hand. A 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Six strikeouts in the game for Tyson Ross. 2 of them belong to the man at the plate, Gregor Blanco. And he waves at that. Tried to hold up, could not. Strikes out for the 3rd time tonight. 7 strikeouts now for Tyson Ross.
That is a huge strikeout. And how does he get it? Does he pull the swing? It looks like a high cutter. Watch the swing. Gets to the point of no return. Cannot hold up. Big out for Tyson Ross.
2 down in the 5th for Andrew McCutcheon. Lines 1 to 3rd. A tough hop that's quickly by Villanueva. Around from second comes Hansen, and it's a 1-run game. Giants cutting the Padres lead in half. A 2-out RBI single by Andrew McCutcheon.
I think that's when you got to take off the chest. Kind of got in on him a little bit.
So McCutcheon at first, 2 down, a run in. Buster Posey. Been aboard twice, a walk and a single. Outfield playing for him to go the other way. His base hit in the 3rd inning was a single the other way to right. That'll drop in there for a strike. Posey didn't like it. It's time for the Kia drive to success. Major League leaders, opponent average versus right-handed batters. Tyson Ross. Opposition hitting at 138. Johnny Cueto now on the DL. First in that category. Go to first and back to the bag safely is McCutcheon.
And we know about the slider and how devastating it is, right? But I think it's more than the slider. I think it's the part in the hitter's mind to where they think that they're going to get a fastball and they get the slider, and vice versa too. So I think it's a double-edged sword for Tyson Ross that works to his advantage. They're thinking slider, fastball, bang. Very tough for righties to hit, and the numbers prove it. Oh, that wind is whipping around down there. You can see the sleeves of Tyson Ross.
Yeah, flags are pinned out there in right field. 2-1. Fouled off to the right out of play. 2-2. Ross battling back here. Up to 83 pitches, and a look at the breakdown for him. That first inning, a long one. Didn't allow a run, and Giants left 2 men on, but it took 27 pitches to get through that first inning. Go to first, and back to the bag again is McCutchen. Held on by Hosmer with 2 away here in the 5th. Reaches out and protects the plate right there.
He's unbelievable, isn't he?
That's a 2-strike swing.
Hitters all around baseball. Obviously, Buster Posey's been in this league a long, long time. He's proven it. He's done it all. But take note on this pitch. I mean, that's just get another crack at it. Good bat control.
Good size lead at first base for McCutchen. And a check swing this time. Fouled off by Posey. Posey at home this year, hitting at .372. He's always hit the Padres well. .303 against the Padres. This is game number 114 at San Diego in his career. And he lifts a fly ball to left field. Cordero moving over and under to make the catch. That ends the inning. The Giants get a run back. Padres have a 2-1 lead.
First of all, you know, it's just big accomplishment. You know, 5 RBIs that night. You know, huge part of the game, and you know, he's been super hot all of April, so I got to give it to him.
Probably Tyson's almost no-hitter. Probably really close to being the first no-hitter in Padres history. So we'll go with that.
For me, especially that day in Colorado when we do like night run, for me that's the best moment because everybody does something for help the team.
Some of the players talking about their favorite plays in the month of April, and I love Manny Margot's answer. You know why? Because everybody got a chance to be involved. Other candidates included Clayton Richards' home run and Franchi Cordero's home run. But you know what? There was a bias, guys, no doubt about it. The pitchers in general, like Tyson Ross, the hitters wanted something to do with the batting. Some things never change, guys.
Well, speaking about pitchers batting, Tyson Ross on cue with a line drive base hit into right field, his 2nd hit of the year.
Tyson likes to rifle that pitch the opposite way. That's just a great athlete. Taking the ball, looked like it was down the middle, but inside out, spanking it to right.
66 pitches for Suarez, working here in the 6th inning.
How about Tyson Ross also not electing to wear the jacket out on the base paths on this cool, windy night?
Double play depth here for the Giants. Ross at first and an 0-1 on the ground to second, could be 2. Hanson to second for 1, on to first. Well, they were ready for it, and a ground ball off the bat of Margot turns into a 4-6-3, 2 down.
As I mentioned, it takes one pitch to make a difference. Flipping over that lineup, and it's always nice. You know, you give up a walk or a hit to the pitcher. It just takes that one little pitch.
That is the 3rd double play grounded into by the Padres in this game. So 2 down here in the 6th inning. Eric Hosmer, a triple his last time up. Hosmer came around to score the 2nd Padres run. 70th pitch coming up here for Suarez in his outing. Working with 2 outs in the 6th inning. And a fly ball to center field right at Gregor Blanco. That will end the top of the 6th. 5.5 done, 2-1 Padres. Stop. Will the Pirates be a true contender in the NL Central, and more strikeouts and hits in April? Will that trend continue?
Well, first of all, big shoes to fill for Corey Seager for the shortstop of the Dodgers, out for the year with Tommy John surgery. Chris Taylor will fill in. Now, is he good enough? Is he good as Corey Seager? Hardly. But can he fill the void? Remains to be seen. Is he serviceable there at shortstop? I think he is. The Buccos, well, they finished the first month, 142 runs, most scored in opening month since they scored 131 back in 1996. Can they sustain the starting pitching? And bullpen is always a question as well. And that division, I think, is always a concern as well.
Yeah, you got to feel like Milwaukee and St. Louis are going to play better than they have.
Right, and the Cubs as well, huh?
Yep.
And then the third one, the strikeouts, right? Is that a trend? Will it trend? I think it's going to continue.
So people talking about cold weather being an issue and leading to strikeouts. Swing and a miss here for Brandon Belt in the Northeast, dealing with a lot of cold weather. East Coast, all baseball really. It's been cold too.
Yeah. Well, it's going to heat up in the weekend, and it's going to get wet in the weekend too for the Padres.
2-2 pitch inside as Brandon Belt leads it off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Longoria and Crawford to follow. No action yet in the pen, but Ross up to 91 pitches. And that is strike 3. Belt doesn't like it at all. Thought he had ball 4, but instead rung up by the home plate umpire Hunter Whittlested. Strikeout number 8 for Tyson Ross.
Well, I think Tyson got a call here. It's a pitch that's off the plate, and you know, we've seen the last time that Hunter Whittlested was behind home plate, there were some pitches that were down, he called strikes. There were some pitches off the plate, he called strikes. And good for Tyson Ross getting that call.
One down for Evan Longoria. Grounded into a fielder's choice in the first, flied out to right in the 4th inning. In the air down the right field line. Jankowski will dive and make the catch in right field. Travis Jankowski with a spectacular grab. Long way to go in a big outfield, and he dives to make the catch.
He had to reroute on this one. Did you see? He was bellying out towards the wall, and then he realizes, oh, I gotta go. And that is one spectacular catch. Wow.
Fully laying it out there, and he seemed like he was in the air forever.
And it looked like he was on a slip and slide. He slid about, what, 8-10 feet after that.
2 down here in the 6th for Brandon Crawford. And Tyson Ross had some pretty good defense behind him tonight. Margot in center, making a catch, virtually hitting the wall at the same time, and Travis Jankowski laying it out in right. This one fouled off.
It's always amazed to me how outfielders can make the adjustment. Now watch Travis. He's starting to belly out. Now he's got to reroute, come in. Oh. Now I don't know which way the wind is blowing down there in that little area down the right field. I mean, up top it's blowing out towards center and left center. But you know, who knows what the wind's doing down there?
Can't be good, whatever it is.
No.
Wind blowing pretty hard from right to left across the outfield, but that corner down there, some open spaces down there underneath the archways. There's a liner by the dive of Perella into right field. Brandon Crawford's first hit of the night, 4th hit for the Giants. Comes with 2 outs here in the 6th inning.
Well, if anybody needed that hit, it's Brandon Crawford, and he got a pitch right down the middle, and he spanked it pretty well. Good swing right on it, looking for that fastball. Going into this game 189, just out of the reach of Jose.
So 2 down. Crawford at first, held on by Hosmer, and it brings up Austin Slater. Close one tonight in San Francisco. 2-1. Padres have the lead. Tyson Ross about to throw his 100th pitch of the night. Giants pen about to get busy, but so far nothing in the Padres pen. Sam Dyson starts to warm in the pen. He just did get up. Wild swing and a miss for Slater, down 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Tyson Ross picks up his 9th strikeout to end the 6th inning. Getting some help from his friends. Travis Jankowski in right field with a great catch. 2-1 Padres at the end of 6 from San Fran. This fly ball to center field. A great catch out there by Manuel Margot up against the fence in center. Christian Villanueva with a home run to put the Padres on top 1-0. They'll be on top 2-0 when McCutcheon lines this one quickly by Villanueva. Scores Hansen, and a great catch out of right field last inning for Travis Jankowski. It's a 2-1 Padres lead as we head on to the 7th inning. And a breaking ball over for a strike to Christian Villanueva to open up the 7th.
You know, after a second and third, fourth look at that catch by Jankowski, I was really surprised. He caught that in the webbing, a big flimsy outfielder's glove. Did you see how hard that glove hit the ground after he caught it, and it did not pop out?
Yeah, stayed in there.
Yeah.
Luis Suarez has induced 3 double play balls in this game. Villanueva on a check swing foul off to the right, out of play. He's down 0-2.
You know, I really like the way the Suarez kid works. He works quickly. He's around the plate. He mixes it up. He's not afraid to throw strikes. He's touched 93 tonight. That was in the 4th inning. He'll change speeds on his fastball.
On the ground, right side, as Hansen quickly to his left throws out Villanueva for the first out of the 7th inning. Now time for Lowe's whole team together. Well, the Giants don't allow a lot of home runs, as Villanueva homered back in the 1st inning, but take a look at their home runs per 9 innings and look at their bullpen. 21 home runs allowed, fewest in Major League Baseball.
We talked about that the other night as far as ballparks. If you were a pitcher, which would you like to pitch in? AT&T Park being one of the most pitcher-friendly ballparks. And don't get me wrong, it's not that, you know, the pitching's not bad, but still it helps when you talk about that category and keeping the ball in the yard.
Jose Perella. 0 for 2. He's flying to right, grounded out to second base. Perella now, Cordero next. Padres batting here in the 7th inning. I wonder a little bit about the availability of Brad Hand in this game.
He threw a lot of pitches last night.
Maybe even Kirby Yates, who's pitched in back-to-back games for the Padres as well. Finals game series against the Mets, and the first game of this series here last night, although they were not a lot of pitches thrown in either of those outings, but still back-to-back outings.
Craig Stammen is warming up in the Padres pen as we speak. Still got a lot of baseball left.
There's Stammen warming. This is a soft liner that's caught at second base by Hansen. 2 down. Let's check in with Bob Scanlon.
Yeah, Don, we talked to Andy before the ball game about the availability of Brad Hand, and despite him throwing 37 pitches yesterday, Andy said, look, he's not afraid to take the ball. We'll wait and see how he feels after he plays catch today, but the assumption was that Brad Hand would be ready to get some outs for him tonight.
All right, thanks very much, Scan. 2 down here in the 7th, and Frenchie Cordero, the batter. Drops in there for a strike over the inside corner. Cordero with a single to center in the 2nd, struck out looking in the 4th inning. 1 for 2. In the air to left field. Slater over to his left to make the catch that ends the top of the 7th. 7th inning stretch. Padres have a 2-1 lead. Brought to you by SeaWorld. Orca is tonight's word of the game. Head to foxsportssandiego.com and click Ways to Win for your chance to win a family 4-pack. By Petco, the pet company. And by Evans Tire and Service Centers, home of the buy two, get two. On to the bottom of the 7th inning back in San Francisco. Craig Stammen into the game now for the Padres. Alan Hansen leading it off. Didn't go. Stammen takes over for Tyson Ross, who went the first 6 and threw 102 pitches.
We saw Stammen last night, this being his 13th game. So back-to-back nights for Mr. Reliable there. Good two-seam fastball at the bottom of the zone. Opponent's only hitting 196 off Craig. Pitching well against the Giants too, Don.
And on the grass is Villanueva at third, and this one grounded foul.
Since joining the Padres last year, he's allowed just 1 earned run versus these Giants. That's over 11 innings.
Had a tough time when he was with the Nationals in 8 games, a 6.23 earned run average against the Giants, but with the Padres in 9 games overall, 0.82 earned run average, no homers. Swinging a foul at the plate. Part of the double switch, Carlos Suaje taking over at second base. Jose Perella coming out of the game. Alan Hansen has struck out swinging and singled to right. He's also scored the only run the Giants have tonight. And he strikes out looking. 10th strikeout for Padres pitching, and Hansen doesn't believe it.
Ooh. Ball's down out of the zone, huh? It's a nice two-seam fastball trying to bring it back. And he gets the call.
A pinch hitter for the starting pitcher tonight. Andrew Suarez pinch hit for here with 1 out of the 7th inning by Pablo Sandoval. 256, a home run, 7 runs batted in into his 21st game with the Giants this year. Ball and a strike. Center fielder Manuel Margot over towards left center. Big gap out in right center field. And a grounder left side. Galvis shuffles to his right quickly, plants and throws in time to get Sandoval for the second out.
Craig Stammen's really got good action on his pitches, hence the ground ball off the bat of Sandoval and hitting his spot because Galvis is right there. Good action on the two-seamer, good bite on the slider.
So 2 down here in the 7th inning brings up Gregor Blanco. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. He's glad Tyson Ross is gone. Ross struck him out 3 times. Bunt showing, pulls it back, and takes a strike. Ten strikeouts in the game for Padres pitching. 9 for Ross. Well, he was in there for 6 innings. A strikeout so far in this inning for Craig Stammen. That's strike 2. Tyson Ross, 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, walked 3, and struck out 9. 102 pitches for the Padres starter. Another very good outing.
You know what sticks out to me? I know. I'm right there with you.
A really good pitch.
We've seen a couple baseballs thrown that are out of the zone called strikes, and we've seen some good pitches called balls.
On the ground down the line, a fair ball. Down towards the pen, over to play it is Jankowski. Blanco at his second base with a 2-out double. Right down the line at first base and into right field. Been a frustrating night until now for Gregor Blanco.
Well, it looks like that Craig wants to go down and in. Blanco really turns on this one. Past the dive of Hosmer, step, dive, fair ball. Well, the good thing, 2 quick outs here in the 7th inning. Hopefully Craig Stammen can leave him stranded.
So 2 down, Blanco at second base representing the tying run. And here is Andrew McCutchen again. He supplied the RBI single in the 5th inning that put the Giants on the board, and here he is again now trying to tie it up in the bottom of the 7th inning for San Francisco. Ball 1. And Stammen 3 for 9 in his career, and he has 2 home runs. Stammen falling behind, 2-0. Able to strike out Hansen. Sandoval on the ground out to short. But a double for Blanco. And he got Buster Posey waiting on deck.
I was just about to say that. That's a dicey situation when you think about it being Craig Stammen. If in fact you do walk McCutchen, you got to deal with Posey. 2 runners on.
3-0. won't get away. And to third base goes Blanco. It's ball 4. And Blanco able to advance a base on the ball that gets away. Tying run 90 feet away.
Oh, tried to backhand that one, trying with the short pick.
So first and third, 2 down. And Stammen about to deal with Buster Posey, a guy who's had a lot of success against Stammen. 6 for 12 at 500. First and third, 2 down. In the dirt outside for ball 1. Couple guys going down there now. Simber and Erlin both going to be warming up. Posey the other way to right. That's going to get down. Gets by Jankowski to the wall. Scoring is Blanco. McCutcheon to third on the game-tying double by Buster Posey with 2 outs here in the 7th inning.
All the hits in this series by Buster Posey have been to right field. Double RBI last night in the 1st. Tonight, single in the 3rd, RBI double here in the 7th.
Darren Balzer, the pitching coach, headed out there. You got Brandon Belt coming up.
Looked like Darren Balsey posed a question to Craig, and Craig did most of the talking right there. Now he's getting on the same page with Raffy.
Adam Simber, Robbie Erlin.
First base is open.
Brandon Belt 0 for 2 with a walk in the game. Takes ball 1. So it may be a situation where you kind of throw around him here, working around him.
That's what I'm thinking. And then you bring in Simber for a different look to Longoria, the right-handed hitter, against the funky delivery of Adam Simber.
In the air to left field, sending Cordero back and under to make the catch. That will end the inning, but the Giants have tied the game 2-2. All right, Mike and Tony, thanks very much. Back here in San Fran, this little grounder to Brandon Belt, and Freddie Galvis is out number 1 of the 8th inning. So Belt looked up, realized that the new pitcher Tony Watson was not going to cover. He had to cover himself and runs to the bag ahead of Galvis. Here is Tony Watson in relief.
Lefty specialist. He's been around a long time now. His 13th game. Sinkers, 4-seamers. He'll throw a changeup. He'll flip up a slider. Lefty's hitting .350, and I've got a little nugget on why I think that. The higher lefty on lefty, I think lefties sometimes they fall in that trap to where they always pitch to just one lane. In fact, let's watch it here against Rafi. See if he's always going away, away, away. And hitters pick up on that, and they just kind of take him that way, right?
One and two. Actually, Rafi Lopez batting for the 3rd time in this game tonight. Struck out in the 2nd, flied out in the 5th. His first look here at Tony Watson. Up top, 2-2. Andrew Suarez was impressive in 7 innings. 4 hits, 2 runs, walked a batter, struck out 5. On the ground to third base, Evan Longoria for out number 2.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
2 down in the 8th, and Travis Jankowski coming up. 0 for 2. Struck out swinging and grounded into a 4-6-3 double play. And an incredible catch out in right field defensively. Kirby Yates getting ready for the bottom of the 8th inning. We'll have Longoria, Crawford, and Slater scheduled to bat. Erlin and Simber had been up last inning. That is a strike, 2-1. Seven in a row retired by Giants pitching right now as Carlos Asuaje waits on deck. Jankowski was thinking about bunting his way on, but takes strike 2. And that's strike 3. Padres down in order in the top of the 8th, tied up 2-2. price every day. And by SeaWorld. Orca is tonight's word of the game. Head to foxsportssandiego.com and click Ways to Win for your chance to win a family 4-pack. Into the last of the 8th inning. Game tied 2-2, and Kirby Yates into the game.
Limiting opponents to a 154 average over this season. His 10th game now for Rowdy. Really good numbers. Only 1 free pass along with 9 strikeouts.
Evan Longoria leading it off for the Giants and taking a pitch outside. Longoria 0 for 3. He's grounded into a fielder's choice and flat out twice to right. On the ground, up the middle, ranging is Galvis. His throw is going to be in time.
That's nice. Remember I mentioned earlier in this ball game a guy who wore 13 also in his career, Omar Vizquel. Well, Freddie Galvis, as he moves to his left, guess who his idol was growing up? Omar Vizquel. Guess why he wears number 13? Because Omar wore number 13. Nothing like the slick fielding shortstop with the underhand throw to first base for the 6-3 play.
One down in the 8th inning. Brandon Crawford single to right field his last time up. 1 for 3 night for the Giants shortstop.
Don, you know how these teams in the division you play against 18, 19 times, right? Well, here's a good sign for Kirby Yates. He's pitched to a 2.40 ERA in 31 career games against the NL West. I mean, that's telling you something. The hitters have not been able to make an adjustment. And those hitters batting average 170.
Crawford fouls it off to the left out of play and finds himself down 1-2. Tyson Ross went 6, gave up a run. Craig Stam in an inning, giving up a run. Kirby Yates into the game here with Brandon Crawford now, and you saw Austin Slater waiting on deck. In tight, 2-2. 36,735 on hand tonight. 36,735 for game 2. It's a 3-game series between the Giants and the Padres. In the air to left center field, sending Margot back and onto the warning track. He makes the catch out there for out number 2. Wind may have knocked that ball down. It's blowing out from left to right. And Margot, who started back to the track, actually had to come in to make that catch. 2 down.
Got under it a little bit too much long jangle, quite frankly. And it stays in the yard for the old pop out to the center fielder.
2 down here in the 8th inning. Brings up Austin Slater.
That is a can o' corn.
Did you say too much launch angle?
Too much.
Is that kind of like the same thing as too high?
It's too high.
Two and 0. Slater 0 for 3. He's grounded out and struck out twice. Three and 0.
see Rafi try to bring that one back, not getting the call.
And Hansen waiting on deck for the Giants. Slater taken all the way and takes strike one. Yates with a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. And that's ball four. A 2-out walk for Slater. There's the 5th walk allowed by Padres pitching in the game. Well, tomorrow the finale of this 3-game series between the Padres and the Giants. Be with you at 12:30 tomorrow from AT&T Park. Clayton Richard 1-3 on the year, matched up against Derek Holland, who is 0-3 on the season. The former Texas Ranger will be on the hill tomorrow for San Francisco.
My favorite number 3 going to be towing the slab tomorrow in the day game.
Alan Hansen, the batter, sends one out to left field. Cordero, he is there to make the catch that ends the 8th. We head to the 9th, tied 2-2 in San Francisco. Back in San Francisco, tied up 2-2. To the 9th inning we go. 3rd pitcher of the night for the Giants into the game. It's Hunter Strickland.
And with the save thrown out the window here, tie score going into the 9th. As Strickland, some interesting numbers. Opponent's only hitting 163, has yet to allow a hit to a left-handed batter. 0 for 26 and 8 strikeouts versus lefties this year.
See what happens for Suaje. Bats for the first time. Took over as part of the double switch with Stammen coming into the game for Tyson Ross in the 7th inning, and here he is leading off the 9th. 198 average, 2 homers, 10 runs batted in. Sends a fly ball to center field, and Gregor Blanco for the first out of the 9th.
Want to go over some keys?
Sure. Brought to you by Honda. Your San Diego Honda dealers.
For Pete Ross, Tyson, 6 innings. Remember last time against the Giants how well he did. 4 hits surrendered, 1 earned run. He struck out 9. Score for the Padres, then add more. Last night left some runners on, 10 to be exact. 1 run in the 1st and 4th innings for San Diego tonight.
One down in the 9th. Manuel Margot. Padres have double-barreled action in their pen. One scenario if they take the lead, another if they do not. Closer if they take the lead. Brad Hand. If the game remains tied, we'll see Simber. Bottom of the ninth, it'll feature 9, 1, and 2 for the Giants. Everybody gets on. Buster Posey will have a chance. Margot in the air to left field. Back goes Slater. He'll have plenty of room as it turns out. Wynn knocking that down too. Well, Margot got into that one, but it doesn't go very far. And Slater makes the catch. 2 down in the ninth inning.
He wants it down and away. And that ball leaks. It's up just a little bit too much. And Manuel working underneath it.
2 down in the ninth inning. Going to bring up Eric Hosmer. And it's 2-0. Strickland taking over for Tony Watson, who had a shutout inning, a 1-2-3 8th inning. The relief of Andrew Suarez started tonight for the Giants. That's a strike. 2-1 to Hosmer. They are very deep on Hosmer, especially Blanco in center. Hosmer hits it in the air to left field, sending Slater back onto the track at the wall. It's gone. That one carries out of here for Eric Hosmer. Puts the Padres on top in the ninth. Opposite field home run for Hosmer.
That is the first hit this season to a left-handed batter off of Hunter Strickland. And it's not just a hit, it's a huge hit. It's a big hit. Launch angle! I love launch angle. What does launch angle do? Exit velocity equals home run.
Now a drive to left center field for Villanueva, but that's hit towards the track and in front of it as Slater will make the catch. It ends the inning. But Hosmer with a home run has given the Padres a 3-2 lead to the bottom of the ninth inning. Third home run for Hosmer, and it's an opposite field home run. defense. Manuel Margot in center field up against the wall, making the catch and then banging into it. Look at that grab as soon as he hit the wall. And then Travis Jankowski in right field laying it out to make the great catch in right field. He was in the air a while. And then the home run by Eric Hosmer opposite field gives the Padres a 3-2 lead to the bottom of the 9th inning. Hosmer's 3rd home run for the Padres. Brad Hand, the closer into the game.
Well, Brad was in there last night, 6 for 8 in save opportunities. He took the L, but it's a new day, and one thing as a closer you have to do, erase it from the hard drive. Forget about it.
Tomlinson grounds it back to Hand. He'll throw to first for out number 1. Pinch hitter Kelby Tomlinson retired 1-3. Looks like Austin Jackson is coming up next to pitch it here for Blanco. Jackson, who got the start last night, comes off the bench tonight to bat with 1 out in the 9th. .219 average, no homers, and 7 runs batted in. In there for strike 1.
Remember last night, a lot of pitches up in the zone from Brad Hand. The breaking ball in particular, and also the fastball at times. A take there to a high strike up in the zone to quickly get ahead 0-1.
Oh, and slipping out of the hand of Brad Hand. Austin Jackson now, Andrew McCutchen next. Two and 1. Either Jackson or McCutchen can get on. Buster Posey would get a chance here in the bottom of the 9th. Two 1 pitch. And that's in there for a strike, even though Lopez couldn't catch it. It's 2-2. One hopper to short. Galvis will throw to first for out number 2. So 2 down in the 9th inning. And that'll bring up Andrew McCutchen. Padres are an out away from taking game 2 of this series.
Tomorrow's start, I should say, for the day game. Clayton Richard wearing the beanie, keeping the dome warm, cheering on Brad Hand. Everybody's got the hoodies. It's cold down there in that dugout and on that field.
2 down for McCutchen, who has been aboard twice tonight. A single and a walk. Drove in the first Giants run tonight. Close pitch, called a ball. Kirby Yates worked the 8th, and right now the pitcher of record for the Padres. Fouled off, 1-1. Brad Hand shaving the beard for the most part.
Yeah, trimming it up a little bit. Yeah. Going back to the prospect look.
1-1 pitch coming up. That'll miss away. 2-1. 2 outs, last of the 9th inning. Padres trying to take game 2 thanks to a home run by Eric Hosmer that put him on top. Three and 1 with Posey looming on deck. McCutchen hits it in the air to left field. Incoming is Cordero. He's under it. And the Padres win. San Diego able to hold on and win this one 3-2 tonight. Much better result in game 2 here tonight, and Eric Hosmer the hero. Brad Hand picks up the save. Final score again. The Padres win it 3-2 over the Giants. Padres Live is next. Mike Pomeranz, what's in store?
Baby, hell of a job, yeah, baby.